Hey you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Boys of Outspoken. I'm Brian.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Josh.
Girl, you know I'm Jeb.
Now, the finale of Prince Charming premiered this past Thursday. And oh my god, I am surprised as freak.
For whatever we think about this show, I will say I don't think I've ever been so surprised by the outcome of something. Like, honestly, I was like shocked.
Especially after watching the episode, I was like, wait, he paid two?
I don't know how it played out like that. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
I think
That makes sense. I mean, it's a reality show, which means
It's
reality.
It's fake.
reality,
heightened, scripted,
exactly.
set up reality. Yeah.
And nothing against Eric. He's a cool guy. But I'm just like, I just really thought Brandon was going to take it.
I'm just a little relieved that Robert didn't pick Brandon because I think Brandon is too good for Robert.
Oh.
I'm just saying, girl.
No,
I think that, like, Brandon, I got a crush on you, okay? But, like, straight up, like, I was like, oh, thank God he didn't pick Brandon. He's too good for him.
That's an open invitation for you to get in his DM.
Yeah.
Girl. Well, you know what, Brandon? If you're into short little chubby cubs, hit me up, girl.
We all do live in LA, and
Yeah.
half the cast lives in LA, so it is a very small world. We're bound to run into them again, here and there, all the
We already see them
time.
all the time. Like, we see them all. They're at the Abbey. They're at Barton.
Would it be a little weird if you saw him?
No. If I see
Girl, she went up to Robert and gave him a hug.
You're forgetting
Of
what you're
course
talking
she
about.
Nothing is weird. Nothing is
Nothing's
embarrassing
weird
to
to
her.
Brian.
Not know I have no shame.
No. Last week we told you guys about how we had kind of that awkward run-in with Robert at AIDS Walk. It was just a little strange, but and we did see Eric there that day.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really get to talk to him or interact with him.
Well, he didn't
was
turn
kind
around
of
to say anything to
Well,
us.
it's because it's why
Right.
we saw Brandon.
We saw Brandon. They were together. So we were telling Brandon how much we like him and what big fans we are, and then we hope he wins. And now that we look back, it's so awkward because Eric was standing right next to him, and we were so convinced that Brandon was going to win.
Oh yeah.
And so, you're going to win. We know it. We've been rooting for and Eric's standing right there. And now in retrospect, it's a little like, he probably hates us too
And
now.
also, well, not even just that. Like, if him and Robert are really together, like, I wouldn't like somebody that's been reading my mind.
Rude to you. Right.
You know?
That's
I would
true.
have lived if Eric turned around and was like, sorry to break your heart, sweetie. I win.
Right?
I would have lived for that. I still wouldn't have believed it. Probably I'd been like, okay.
Yeah. It started off with Dylan.
Okay.
To begin with. Because he left the show. He exited after, him and Robert talked. And Robert pretty much just told him that he wasn't into him as much as he is into the other guys.
He's literally telling you, I feel the other guy's more than you. What are you going to do?
For the first time, Dylan, you did something I like. Dylan, you made a good
No, he made it. He was feeling disconnected.
He's
He called
like,
him on
peace out, I
it.
ain't trying to get in the way of this.
He peaced
I mean,
out
what
too.
else can you do? I'm sorry if anybody tells me that I didn't
Right. I like them more than you. But
bye.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you never know. There's crazy people that be like, "Well, let me prove you that you're wrong, and you're gonna love
I'll
me
try to
better
win him over.
within the next 24 hours."
And if
Right.
you're one of those people, please stop. They'll never
Yeah.
do
No.
let
it.
it
No
go.
means no.
For real,
And-
if someone tells you they're not into you or they're not in love with you, girl, exit left.
I think that when he realized, like, look, this is he wanted to know if that, like, do we even have a connection? Because there's no sense in me sticking around
Yeah.
here if you're just using me as the token black guy to fill in a spot. Just saying. Just saying.
As she sips tea.
But like.
She did tell the guys they were in the pool, and so he finally told them what we've been talking about the whole season was his past. How do y'all think that went?
I honestly was surprised that he did. I didn't think he was going to
Yeah,
over the course of the actual show.
me neither.
I really didn't think, maybe at the reunion, but I didn't think he would.
I feel like midway through them filming the whole
You think
Prince
there's
Charming thing,
pressure?
I think that's when Logo and everybody found out about. This is just my theory.
No,
I'm
I
saying
agree with
this
the
is
theory.
facts.
I
Saying
agree.
I feel like that Logo found out about Robert's past and escorting, and we're like, yo, we're getting a lot of backlash because of this because we casted you as the Prince Charming. They're like, you need to say something.
It's the last episode. You might want to throw it out there.
Or I think they reshot the last episode and made him
did?
say that he's a whore.
You think so?
No,
Possible. These are
I mean,
interesting
escort.
In his early 20s. That's what in his
Allegedly.
college days. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Although.
Even though on Instagram,
Oh my gosh, that's also been crazy this week. we're getting a little gossipy and shady.
Okay,
But it's really
I'm
interesting,
not-
but
You're right.
But I'm
As
here
you
for
said.
it.
Lies!
Yeah,
And
no,
you're not gonna sit by yourself.
I'm
we're
here
getting
for
a little
it.
gossipy now, off topic, but some of the contestants of the show are coming for each other on social media. It's been really entertaining. It's more entertaining than the actual show is.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about that. What happened with Chad?
Okay, so Chad made a post on Instagram, but he accused Robert of being a fraud. Like he's not really a designer.
Yeah,
that he
because-
just kind of used that as a whole thing to, cover up his past as an
Right.
escort,
Mhm.
and even took a screenshot of like one of Robert Sepulveda's designs.
It looked like a lawn chair
It just
against a
looked-
green wall. or
Exactly,
something.
like just straight up reading him for Phil.
Which sounds bitter to me. That sounds like a bitter queen.
When
But-
you get bitter, you spill tea.
Right. It might not always be the right thing to do, but it
Yeah.
certainly is
Yeah,
entertaining sometimes.
I feel like a little bitter, a little bit of truth to it. I mean, because
Mhm.
if you saw the picture, it was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I do feel like, what are you trying to get out of it? You know what I mean? Are you gonna get a future reality show? Like, why are you being so messy? Girl, the show's over. When are you gonna get
Right.
your next 15?
Yeah. Well, maybe some of the contestants do feel a little slighted or feel a certain type of way too, is because they went into this either for fame or for real love or whatever reason. But still, I think at the end of the day, maybe they kind of thought they would really be getting a Prince Charming, and maybe a lot of people do have a problem with the fact that he's allegedly kind of a fraud and he's been an escort. I mean, wouldn't you want to have known that in the fine print before you signed up to do a show? If they
No,
told you...
I felt like they would have still went on it.
Hey, if the coin is right, if the check is cute,
True.
and they're
You
gonna
know,
pay, if they're
people
gonna pay
would-
me to act like I love somebody, girl, I'm gonna
You know what I
do
mean?
it if
'Cause
the
it is
coins are
a-
right.
Right. I don't know. Because the show itself, like, really, you're going to go on a TV show to find love, like, that's kind of far-fetched. So I feel like they still would have run the
Right.
show.
I guess so, yeah.
You know?
Do people really, anyone who's ever been on a reality dating show, gay, straight, otherwise, do you really, truly believe you're going to find a lifelong love
Oh, well,
on a TV show?
Flavor of Love, I really believe that those girls
Yeah.
I hate you right
Yeah.
Remember Flavor of Love?
Oh, I
Flavor
used
of
to
Love.
love that
Me
tacky
too.
mess
Girl,
show.
they started it all.
Yeah,
that reality.
That's the show I will go on.
I was really sad when Brandon broke, like, he tore his tip.
I know.
That made me
That
sad.
sucks. I just wanted to nurse him back to health.
Well, do you think that yes.
That made me sad.
Do you think that played a part in why he didn't get picked too? Maybe,
No.
maybe because not because he got hurt, but just because he got to have a little bit more of a date with Eric than Brandon, because Brandon was kind of immobile. They just sat in the room and kind of talked, so he got kind of more of a last date.
But see, when Brandon hurt his Achilles heel, I instantly was like, oh my gosh, Robert is gonna fall even harder for him.
That's what I would think.
Because if you look at Brandon, looks so adorable.
I
sitting
know
there,
you want
like-
to take care of him.
You want to
sitting
take
there
care of him
his-
with his
But
fine
you
ass.
couldn't get in the pool and make out after that.
I know, right?
Why is Brandon inside the house, just sitting there on the couch?
And they're like out in the
they're
pool,
out on the pool.
like making, what if he like? I just picture him like rolled up to the glass with his face pressed against. That's so sad.
Y'all don't think he's looking out the window. I think he was just online filming his application to be the next Prince Charming.
There you go.
Yes!
There you go.
So do you guys think that Brandon may be the next Prince Charming?
He's
I wouldn't
gotta
mind.
be.
I think it'd be cute.
We said that. I'm sure other people have thought that too, and that is how The Bachelor works, right? The second place usually gets to be the
Be
new
the-
one.
It's kind of
or-
like the fan favorite becomes the next
Right.
Prince
Next one.
Charming.
So did y'all feel like there was a disconnect between Eric and Robert? Like, especially
Yes.
when they went
I
on
don't feel
TV?
like it was real.
I just have
don't.
never seen.
I'm having a hard time
Maybe
with
it's
that.
maybe it's behind the scenes. We didn't get any footage of it or something. But I have never seen, other than when he revealed his HIV status to him. I've never seen them have
I feel
a
like that was the only
connection.
kind of connection and
You
kind
know
of
what? I
like deep
forgot we had
conversation
HIV.
that they really had.
Yeah, that's the only time that I've ever seen them. Every other conversation's been kind of awkward. I feel like when they went to dinner, Eric was just repeating what he said and telling him he was hot. Like there was no like substance or. I mean, maybe we just didn't get to see it, but
Well, maybe it was the editing. But we still love you, Logo.
Yes.
we do love Logo.
We
we
love
love Logo. There's a misconception that we come for them.
But we do not.
But just with this show, I feel this is a new venture,
Yeah.
Finding Prince Charming, and it's amazing that it is even on the air and that there is an audience for this and that they're doing this. You know, it's no shade to Logo.
I've watched Logo since I was 13. Logo taught me about WeHo. That's how I
Right,
learned that
right,
WeHo was out
right.
there.
It's
Yes.
it's a great network and it's done great things for the
Yeah.
gay community. we've been shady with Prince Charming this season, but it's mainly just the prince himself that we mostly found issues with, and judging by the internet response, we're not the only one. So hopefully Logo takes. You like him? I'll say on this last episode that he came forward with his stuff. I'll give him that. I will, whether the show prodded him or whatever. At least he did eventually come forward with it, because I didn't think he was going to come forward with any of it. I'm sure he sugarcoated it a little bit, but at least he put it out there.
The issue that we had was the persona of Prince Charming. What they were saying, this is Prince Charming, when a lot of the stuff wasn't even valid as far as like his business and like what he really was doing. And I felt like we would have been a lot nicer had it been up front, like, or just someone else. It wasn't just because of his past, it's because he was trying to present it like it was long ago when it was recently that he was still doing it.
Right.
So that's the only issue we had. As far as the show, we love the concept, we love what they're doing, we love it's breaking barriers, but we do need to tell a real opinion about it.
Yeah.
As gay viewers. That's all
and gay men in that age bracket, dating in the world. You know what I mean? Like,
one thing we don't do is bully. So you can say what you want, but then it's an opinion.
And we don't promote the bullying and trolling.
Giving people death threats. We've been shady. We say little bitchy comments and things like that. We're trying to be entertaining at the same time. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we've talked about this with Drag Race too. If you're these are all real people with real lives that have gone through it. It's fun to make fun and have enjoyment in it and entertainment. But at the end of the day, you don't need to be threatening them. You don't need to be, just ripping them apart, sending them nasty things. It's really not worth it, and it's not fair. So
let's all just
knock it off.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Outspoken.
Tune into next week because we will be reviewing
the reunion. We can't wait.
We got a few little inside deets, and we won't say just yet, but it's gonna be juicy. So it's
gonna be really good. Yeah, watch the reunion. Let us know what you think. We'll let you know what we think, and we're hoping to get a few guest stars soon too that might be able to spill a little more tea on the show. So keep watching. We've got big stuff coming.
Yes, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We love the fact that you guys are commenting. We want to keep up the conversation, keep up that discussion. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Let's just all say love,
Love.
L.
O.
V.
E.
Love.
That was so gay. That is almost as gay as skipping on a rainbow and spraining your ankle. That's almost as gay.